Wow, you see a lot more this way. Okay, don't mind the mess in the back. I am getting Braylon's birthday ready. So, this really makes me mad that I've done this twice, and each time I've done the live YouTube video, it doesn't go farther than maybe 6. Last week it was 6 minutes. Earlier, half an hour ago, was only 38 seconds. So, we're going to record this on my phone. I'm going to try and do this as a one take in the next 15 minutes so that's not super long. So, let's start with the whole thing. So, on September 28th of last year, so last Thursday, it had been 1 year since this whole medical, major medical, different than what it was when you're pregnant, started. So what had happened, that's when our life changed. So the 28th, I went into, it was my last 2-week appointment, sorry, my sister is playing with Braylon upstairs, you might be able to hear him, and my dog barking outside. So on the 28th, I went in for my last 2-week appointment. It was at 5 o'clock at night. I went in, they took my blood pressure twice. Both times it was high. Not borderline high. I guess I'd been borderline high the entire time, but not high. So then they made me pee in a cup. It came back. Proteins. Yeah, not fun. So she sent me to the hospital. She goes, you could be having that baby tonight. And I was like, no. And I just broke out in tears. I'm like, no, I am not having this baby tonight. This baby is going to come in October because I want to have an October baby so she can have Halloween parties for her birthday if she wants to have them. Come on. Seriously, I wanted to have an October baby. Just the way it was. October is a good month. So,
isn't this like a third video?
The other one didn't record. It only went 38 seconds.
You take forever.
So, there's my sister. Get on with it, and there's the baby.
Say hi.
Say hi, Braylon. You got mama's hair. You give mama's hair. You give mama's hair. Say hi. Can you take me upstairs for a second? Mom will be done in 10 minutes.
I'm peeing.
Okay, just tell the whole world. So, we went to the hospital. We got there 6 something, and we were there till 9:30. They took blood work. My face. They took blood work and all that jazz. And they took the blood work, and they were the doctor finally came back, and he goes, you know what, Sheena? I'm just going to send you home, and you're going to be on bed rest. So I was on bed rest, and he said, come back also on Thursday and see us, because it was a Monday. I was like, okay. So I went home, was on bed rest, couldn't do anything. I could go to the couch and watch TV, go to the bathroom, get myself something to eat, but I couldn't clean or do anything else. I could do stuff on my computer where I'm a graphic designer. I could just do my artwork because that's just finger work and that's not really doing anything, but I couldn't physically learn. So we went to the we went home. Thursday came, we went into the doctor's office. They took my blood pressure and everything. And they said, you know what? You're so close. We're just going to have you be induced next Thursday. So in a week. And then after that appointment, I was like, oh, okay. So after that appointment, we went and we did a stress test on her. And the stress test, the nurse was like, that was over at the hospital. And she's like, she did amazing. She did great. She did amazing. I don't know what else to say. She did great. So after they said she did amazing, I was like, okay, she did amazing. She did great. She's doing good. There's no problems. We go on. That was Thursday. Friday came and went. Saturday. So it was conference weekend and it was girls' night out. And I was like, I'm not going anywhere else, but I am going to. I like a curl there. I'm going to go. That's driving me crazy. There it is. And I'm going. What? And I'm going to go to Deseret Book and I'm just going to sit my butt down and enjoy it. So it's really raining. It's pouring out there. It's really pouring. So anyways, there's probably a rainbow right above us. So went there. and came home after the girls' night out, and I hear Curtis just throwing up. I was like, whatever you do, stay away from me. I don't need to get the 24-hour stomach flu at all, period. I don't need that. I don't need that because I'm going to have that baby this week, and I don't need to get it like Wednesday and then go into the hospital sick with the stomach flu. So then Saturday he was throwing up all night. Sunday he slept till like 10 o'clock. That man does not sleep till 10. He just doesn't. He's up at 6 and he's on his way. So then after that we went Monday I made strawberry waffles and cream. And like I didn't feel the best that day, but it was like being pregnant and only having like, how do I explain this? So it was like I was like morning sickness. That's what I felt. Like I was nauseous. I kind of had to go to the bathroom a bunch. But I'd read online, I was thinking, am I sick with a stomach flu or is that normal? So I went online and looked and everything. I figured I was just the end of pregnancy and it was happening. So then later that night, at like midnight, my stomach wasn't feeling the best. Rolled over and went back to sleep. At 2 a.m., I'm like, this ain't going to happen. This ain't going to happen at all. I'm going to throw up. So I wake up, I run into the bathroom, and I throw up. That's at 2 a.m. So on Tuesday morning. So then I go and I wake up that morning, and from 2 to 6 I was up. I was awake. Everything was happening. So finally during that whole time I had contractions from throwing up and all that. So my husband called the nurses and they said, well, there's nothing we can do unless she comes in, or you can wait until you can call the doctors. And he goes, well, she's supposed to be induced on Thursday. If we come in today, is that going to be fine or what? Whatever. Because we'd already been in the hospital once. A week earlier. Yeah, a week and 1 day earlier. I didn't want to go back again. Because every time you go in there, you get a nice little bill. And I didn't want another bill. And so I decided not to. Then Curtis called the doctor's office and they said, just tell her to take fluids and everything. And I tried Pedialyte. That tasted like crap. I don't know if I'll ever be able to drink that. It tastes like salt water. So, and it was white.
Salt water for 4 weeks.
It was just Pedialyte, and it was the white, because if I threw up, I didn't want to get like red and stain the carpet. So after that, it was like later in the day, and Tuesday, later that night, I just had some soup, just the broth part of the soup. And at like 2 o'clock, the labor and delivery calls and says, we're calling about your wife's inducement. It's tomorrow, Wednesday. And Curtis goes, what happened to Thursday? They said, well, we can't fit her in on Thursday. We have to put her for Wednesday. And so he took, and he's like, okay, well, she's been sick with the stomach flu. Like, she's getting over it right now. Like, she was feeling it yesterday afternoon, and she's just over it. Like, she's getting over it now. It's not going to be okay. They're like, yeah, that's fine. So we go in. She's playing with her balloon from Primary Children's. So we go in. We go in and we go in to so he's sitting there, he's like, okay, Wednesday. So he went to work Wednesday because he didn't go to work on Tuesday, because if I went into labor because I was sick and throwing up and had contractions, he needed to be home. So Wednesday night, we go in, and they said, if we don't call you by 6, call us. So they hadn't called us. We go in at 7, and I was tired anyways. Like, I tried to sleep the night before. I was tired from being sick the night before and that day, and I was dehydrated from not having any fluids. Like, I didn't drink anything. Wednesday day, before I went in to have her that night to be induced, I had had 3 bites of Cheerios, toast with Nutella, and the rest of my soup from the night before. So I go off, and we go to have this baby. We check in at 7. Okay, we have to be there at 7. We check in at 7. They take us back, and I must have been cranky because those poor nurses. Those poor nurses, they had soup that night. They were having like a soup. Everybody brings soup and they'd share it. And being pregnant, I don't really think they should let them bring those smellies in where pregnant women have sensitive noses, but whatever. I was like, oh, something stinks. I was so mean. What do you expect? I was tired. I was hungry. I was thirsty. And I was going to have this baby, which was exciting. So we get in there. They get in there at 7. It took them 4 tries to get that IV in. And the first time, so I had 2 nurses. My one nurse was training the other nurse on how to do the maternity floor. So the one nurse, she got the IV, she didn't get the IV in, she gets it in, she goes to put it in, and all of a sudden, I don't look because I hate needles. And she goes, uh-oh. I said, what does uh-oh mean? She goes, your vein rolled and it blew. I look and there's blood on my arm, there's blood on the bed. And I was like, oh, you gotta poke me again, don't you? She's like, yes, I'm sorry. Thing was, your little phlebotomists, the entire time I was pregnant, no problem. Because I had the double amount of blood in my body. And so they were able to get in my veins. But you put me dehydrated with no liquid and you can't get my veins. They're sucked up. There's nothing in them. So the other nurse comes in. She tries in another spot on the left arm. Like right below that area. It blows. So she tries the right. Like up here somewhere. Not in the bend, but up here. It blows. We're like, you know what? We're just going to call the anesthesiologist in. What? Yeah. And he puts it. Okay. Right there. You know how much that hurts? Like, pain is left there. Like, sometimes if you hit it just right, it's like, oh, that hurts. What? Yeah. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Do you want to say hi? So he got it in. They started me on these little pills that soften your cervix and help you to go into labor. It wasn't Pitocin. Yeah, you want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. Isn't this the cutest little outfit? Say hi. You gonna run it for him? Yeah, you rode it. You rode it good, huh? So, they put this little pill in me, and she put the one in me. Finally, they got the IV in me at 9:30. She put this little pill in me, and she's like, "You're gonna want to go to sleep." I'm like, "I've been sick with the stomach flu. How do you want me to fall asleep? I'm excited. I'm gonna have a baby. I get to meet this little angel, huh? I get to meet this little angel." So then, she puts that little pill in me at 9:30. She comes back in at midnight, and I'm like having contractions. So I was like, can you like get me a narcotic to kind of relax me? Because as soon as you give me any kind of narcotic or any kind of thing that's supposed to knock you out, as soon as it like they first push it in, it like I can feel it. And so sorry, we have flies. And so say hi everybody. So they take and she gives me that and I fall asleep from is that a midnight? Let's see. Yeah, I fell asleep at midnight and I woke up at 1:30 with these horrid contractions. Like these contractions were so bad. And I came in at a 2, and at that point, I was only a 2. And I'm like, holy cow, I'm going to die. Like, they were long and hard contractions. At a 2. At a 2! I'm a wussy. I thought I could go, like, maybe, I'm strong. I'll be able to go for, like, a 4, maybe a 5. This girl does not tolerate pain very well, I've decided. Not that kind of pain yet, anyway. So... So then, she did that. She gave me a narcotic. 1:30, I wake up, and I'm dying. Like, I am dying. And she comes in. I'm from 1:30 to 2. I'm looking on my phone to see when I can get an epidural. Don't look online, girls, because it ain't going to tell you. Everybody's different. Every doctor is different. Every nurse is different. Everybody's different on when you can get an epidural. Okay? They don't all agree. It's just like everybody that's a graphic designer might do something different a different way. Just like a writer might write one way and another writer writes a different way. Just don't believe it. Just ask them when you can get epidural and get it then. Because they said, oh, you could have gotten the epidural as soon as you came in. I was like, I should have done that then, because then I would just went to sleep. I would never felt any pain, and I would just went to sleep. Well, maybe not, because after I got the epidural at 2, because the anesthesiologist is right out the door. As soon as I got the epidural, I didn't feel any pain, and I got the shakes. So they put the epidural in. She's like, I'll be back in like 45 minutes to give you your catheter. I was like, oh, okay. So she goes, and she goes to give me the catheter. She comes in 15 minutes later, and she's like, we can't get the baby's heartbeat. So she's like adjusting the little tummy thing. She can't get the heartbeat. So then 15 minutes later, she comes in again, and they can't, she needs to roll me, because you have to roll them every half an hour. So she comes in to roll me. Then the 15 minutes later, she comes in to readjust because she can't get the baby's heartbeat again and to give me my catheter. So this goes on, the catheter, or not the catheter, but the rolling and checking on this baby's heartbeat from 2 to 4. And during that time, she's coming in every 15 minutes. Between 2 to 4, I'm shaking. I finally get the shakes down to stop at 4. And she's came in every 15 minutes. She's like, okay, so it's a few minutes before, and she goes, the doctor's going to come in, he's going to check you and see where you're at, since we can't keep getting her heart rate on this monitor on your belly. He comes in from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. So in 2 hours, I went from a 2 to a 9. That was with no Pitocin. That was just that little pill thing they stick up you. That was it. So my next kid, I better watch out, because they're going to come fast. So, he's like, we're going to break your water. Breaks my water, goes all over the floor. My husband's like, woo, there's a lot of liquids. And he goes and he's like,